kit?
What you're going to get in this kit is another great offer from VacuWare. 5 jar lids that are a universal jar lid that will fit just about any jar that you can buy from the grocery store.
Okay.
How would you love to bring grocery store freshness home to your refrigerator every day of the week?
I'd love it.
No more growing science experiments inside your jars. No more wasting anything, because time stops ticking when you fresh seal your jars. You don't have to feel guilty anymore because there'll be nothing to throw away. All you have to do is simply put the jar lid where you'll see the green seal right here. It's going to go over top of the mouth of the jar. Just make sure that it's on the center. Once again, we're going to put the fresh pump over the green button, and we're going to just simply begin pulling. And once it starts to get pretty hard to pull, you're going to know that that is sealed.
Look at this. Do that again. Do that again, because everybody missed it. Look at that upside down. You know what to me makes them, when you said the science experiment growing inside
Everybody
your jars,
has a science experiment growing in their refrigerator.
No more science experiment. This is only $19.95. And what I will say is, if you can keep your foods fresher longer, you've saved money.
You sure have.
Bottom line.
And now listen to this. Does this sound familiar?
That's what cans sound like when you first open them, isn't it?
That's exactly what they sound like
when
you bring them from the grocery store.
Hit the back and you pop it open and you hear it come up. That's what fresh sounds like.
You're going to stop time ticking inside your jars. It's almost as if it was a time capsule, and what you're doing is stopping the expiration date from approaching any quicker. You don't have to feel guilty because you'll be using all of the food. Over here we have some typical jars that could be found in any refrigerator at home.
All right.
I'm going to ask that you open these up for us.
Sure. Now,
have you ever had trouble opening a jar?
Yes, always.
Well, here's a jar lid opener for you. That'll help you. And you'll alleviate any kind of distress trying to open a jar because you'll only have to do it once. I know growing up, my mom would always call for one of us to come into the kitchen and help her open a jar. She still does it to this day. And she doesn't have that problem anymore because she has the VacuWare Fresh jar lids. It's easy to use, and it restores that seal immediately.
And I love, that's what fresh sounds like. Let's do that again. That's what fresh sounds like. Can you imagine all of your foods? Salsas. How many times, you know what I do with my salsa? I'm going to tell you the honest truth. I open it at home. Oh my gosh, that is on tight. I'm going to have to let some of the air out. I open up my salsa at home, and I've got that experiment, that science project.
The ring that starts to grow around the top.
And I will take a spoon, and I'll spoon it out, chuck it, and then hope everything else is okay. That's what I do in my house. You don't have to do that anymore. You heard that these jars literally pop open just like the jars when you first get them home. This is $20. Think about the peanut butters. Think about the jams. Think about all of the
We have some right here.
Think about all of the foods that you're buying at home that halfway through, I mean, pasta sauce. I will buy store-bought pasta sauce and use about a quarter of it in my homemade sauce that I make. Just a quarter of one, just to add a little bit more flavor. I don't use it all that often. Does that mean I have to throw it away after the first time I use it? Answer is no. Now we can use this. You can get the job done. You can make the foods right. And when you're actually ready to use it again, you know that it's been sealed properly, Kevin,
it has.
And now it's fresh. And I know you want to feed fresh food to your family. This is one of the ways you can do that.
Completely made in the USA. And that's a great example that you just gave, Diana, about the peanut butter and jelly. Once again, when I was growing up, 3 boys in the house, we wanted different sandwiches, and my mom didn't want to have to waste any food, so we would all get stuck eating the same thing. You don't have to do that anymore, because now you can give your children or your family the options that they want to have without having to feel guilty about opening a jar and feeling that you have to rush through it to use it. We have 3 different kinds of sandwiches here, and each one of these is fresh sealed, and it's going to be just as fresh as it was when you opened it to begin with. Bring the grocery store to your refrigerator in a matter of seconds.
And that's the sound of freshness.
That is the sound of freshness.
Come right off. That's fresh.
Isn't that great?
That is fresh. And again, no matter what it is that you are actually putting in here, no matter what you're buying, the best part about this is the container it came in from the grocery store, Kevin.
Sure.
You don't have to go out and buy yourself more clutter for your home. You're not buying more clutter. You're not buying more containers. This is the container it came with from the grocery store. All we're suggesting is that for $20, you add the lid, and now you're going to get freshness.
At $19.95, you could even pick one up for a friend and share freshness with them.
Why not?
Here we have an example about how universal these jar lids are. Earlier you saw me pop open this applesauce, and now we're going to go down, we're going to seal this, and then we're going to move on to this little bitty jar of baby food. Many parents have baby food at home, and baby doesn't always eat everything in the jar. So now you can store it fresh, and then when they're ready to eat, simply pop it back open. No contaminants are going to grow in there, and baby's going to eat just as fresh as mom and dad can.
And take a look at the difference in jar sizes. This is going to fit. It's going to be ideal for approximately 90% of jars that are out there.
That's correct.
So whether it's baby food, whether it's big baby food,
sure.
you know you are going to be able to have a sealing system, something that will go with you wherever you go. And now you're going to get freshness every time. There's nothing like the smell of coffee.
No.
And coffee, you really do need to keep fresh. Are you keeping it in the freezer? You shouldn't leave your coffee in the freezer. You need to leave it airtight.
Yes.
Out in the open, though, in a cupboard. You don't put it in the cold. Now you can actually do that with the vacuum. This is only $20, and for $20, so you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You get 5 jar lids.
Individual jar lids. You're also going to get the pump.
Did you see these mini marshmallows inside of this container? What it's going to do is, as we remove the air, the marshmallows expanded. And then go ahead and press that button again for us. You can see the air rushing back into the container.
Oh my goodness.
And the marshmallows shrink. We'll do that one more time so everybody can see how those marshmallows grow so quickly. And these are dishwasher safe, microwave safe. It's as easy as that. Everybody loves choices in life, so why not make your choices a little bit fresher with VacuWare?
Well, today is the day. It's just $19.95. And if you are wondering again what freshness sounds like, that's it. You're getting a fresh jar of mayonnaise, jam, peanut butter, whatever the case may be, every single day when you order this. Yeah, $19.95. It's 312-688. Thank you very much for all of your calls this afternoon. Kevin, it was so great to meet you.
It was great being here.
Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you very much for stopping by. In the meantime.
Oh, a happy day. Oh, happy day.